Hello, welcome and welcome back to TCS Everyday Psychics. We're here again. I'm Pam. This is Lori. Lori and I did a video. I think it probably would have been out last week. Mr. Ballin, police photograph a demon in the basement. It was a great video. It was so good. It was about the demon house. I had never heard of it before. We picked up some great stuff. We said we might do a follow up. We also asked if you all wanted a follow up. Well, here's the follow up. It's only been a few days. We First of all, I guess we opened space today, and it was quiet. There was nothing going on the space. So the house is no longer there. It's been torn down, and it's the land. It was quiet, and we thought, okay, well, we'll see what happened. But let's back up. So just a few nights ago, we did the original video. Neither one of us slept that night at all. And we didn't think about it. We just went, sometimes you don't sleep. And maybe it's maybe I had too much caffeine, or maybe, or maybe something else is coming or whatever. We didn't really think of the original video as being it because, we don't always think that way. And then we spoke that day, and we both had the same experience that night before of the non-sleep. Like, remember, it sounded exactly the same. Like, I think you even thought caffeine. Did I have caffeine
Yes.
or had too much? Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh?
I was blaming the coffee.
I blame damn coffee. We were blaming the coffee. So then we were talking more. So if you watch that, please go back and watch that original video. But basically, we did cross over an entity who had lived there. We think the one that was attacking the family. We think that was the one that we crossed over. And the only reason we were able to do that is because it attacked me. It attacked us. I mean, not just because it's Pam. Anyone else you can attack, just not me. But that gives us permission. You attack me, all bets are off. That's what's going to happen. Through that video, we knew that there was witchcraft happening in that home. And so we've been being visited by the witch, a male witch that did something in that home. And he's not attacked us. He's just trying to figure out who we are and what are you doing and etc. Do you want to add to that?
I don't think we mentioned a witch in the first video.
You didn't?
I don't think so. The only thing we mentioned was that it's something off-site with that one picture.
Okay.
I don't think we touched on the witch.
Well, I think we did say witchcraft. We had to because of the stuff that was buried downstairs. So you're right. So we sort of brought that up, and
yes, there was rituals done in that basement.
Because
even upstairs, there was rituals done.
But definitely in that basement.
Yes.
That's right. And there's someone in the family that knows what's going on, was a part of that, and we chose not to say anything because we didn't think that was very kind. And so I think we sort of stayed on the outskirts of it. We're still not going to say who we think was involved, but we're going to talk about this witchcraft today because it's definitely witchcraft, and he has made himself known now. Right? Yes. So I contacted a friend of mine who knows all about witchy stuff, all about different rituals and black magic and all this, sort of thing. And she will break spells and that kind of thing. She does what we do. She goes in after to these poor souls who have been hurt, and she helps them. Anyway, she knows a lot more about it than I do. And so I just asked her about it. Can a spell, like they took down the house? I know with paranormal that's not going to do anything. And she laughed and she said it's not going to do anything with spell either. Spells are like, most of them are pretty much like for a lifetime. There is no end date until someone decides for there to be an end date. So, yeah. So we'll talk about that today. We have another video to watch, which Lori found. You scoured the YouTube to find this, right?
Yes, because the original one, it's Zach Bagans who bought this house. And his original movie that he made is not available on YouTube just to turn it on and watch it. You have to rent it or buy it. And then I stumbled across the lost tapes of it that is available because we wanted to just go into that house. Mr. Ballin just showed a couple of pictures and told the story. But so unfortunately, this is a little bit of a ghost hunt with, they probably have their machines and noisy things. But I just wanted to go in there with our energy and feel out a little bit more.
See if we can get more information on what's going on. So we certainly will do that. Now, another thing we found very interesting is Jack Osborne.
Yeah. So as I'm looking for it, and I subscribe to Jack Osborne, he just posted another reaction on this demon house.
On the demon house.
So this demon house keeps coming to us.
Yes. So it must have been done, and it had to have been done right around the same time that we did our video. It's going to come out a week later, but still.
Yeah.
We recorded it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is just crazy. Yes.
Meant to be.
Yes. And he just told the story, kind of like a Mr. Ballin type thing, right?
Yes. Yeah. And had information from, I guess, the police reports. And
now, was there anything else? Wasn't there something else in that police report that you got from Jack's video that you did not get from Mr. Ballin's video?
Yes. So I got, because in the last video, they spoke about like an oily substance on the blinds. What came out of one of the police reports was one of the adults in the house would put olive oil on the kids' hands and feet because apparently that's supposed to, I guess, ward off attacks. Right. And I just wonder, and if it was also added to like the window areas because the blinds had a lot of oil on them. And
they said it was like black or something, but then they kind of showed one. I mean, it's like that could be dirt or dust in with it. You and I never got anything paranormal with
no
at all.
No, not at all. So yeah, I think there was just a lot of rituals that went on, altars that were to be set up so that they, the church was advising them to set up altars with making sure that there was Jesus and Mary and Joseph and all these symbols.
I certainly don't know everything, but I question what church would tell you to do that. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I don't.
But they're obviously, I'm not calling anyone a liar.
No.
And maybe it was more of a witchcraft type, black magic type church too.
Sure.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You never know. She could have been just grasping at anybody, right?
Sure.
Like,
which I would have been if my kids and grandkids are being thrown around. Yes, being thrown around. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Enough people saw these things happen, so
yes,
it's not fake.
No,
it's not fake.
But there is more to it.
There is
a lot more to it. In just the past few, with Lori and I talking about it, being watched by this definite male witch. We definitely think there was a lot more magic being done in that home than they admitted to. And that was enough. You had said the kids were actually taken away for about 6 months.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then they were brought back. So something changed. Something was different. But then they moved out right away, right? So that
Yeah,
could have
he
been
had
it too.
mentioned that they did move out not long after the altar was put up, and it seemed like a lot of things died off, like went kind of quiet. Apparently, and it's expensive to move, and you have kids,
Yeah.
right? So they couldn't afford to just up and
No.
move. They would have been homeless, right?
Yes, because people
So
say
they
that all
had
the time. Why
to,
don't you just get out? Why don't you just
yeah,
go?
like,
Well,
sure.
there's money. There's such a slow build to the paranormal
Yes.
that you don't realize it until it's really big. And then, like you said, they put the altar in and things
Things
went
calm.
quiet. That's what they do.
Yeah.
Entities want you to believe everything's okay now. So then you get comfortable again. You don't leave, you stay, and then they'll come and get you again.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, um, anyway, should we watch
Sure.
this video? All right. This is Demon House: The Lost Footage, 2019.
Over the course of filming my most challenging and longest investigation ever, which also left me permanently scarred, there was some lost footage that wasn't included in the original Demon House documentary. For the first time, I have decided to release these terrifying events that include additional night vision investigations of the house. This first part is during one night where Father Mike, the exorcist that conducted the exorcisms on LaToya Ammons, requested to immediately visit the home to unearth ritual items and exorcise them. World-renowned psychic medium Chris Fleming also joined us.
Do you want me to put this down somewhere?
Yeah.
Counter, okay.
Do you want to just go down there now, Father?
Yeah,
And let's just get a sense of it.
Yeah, we could, if you want to have Chris,
Someone in that doorway, just beyond the doorway.
the man.
I don't know, I can't see. I don't know what's up there.
Chris senses a male entity in the same exact spot where later we capture a black mass manifesting and lunging towards Dr. Barry Taff. Chris then detects a residual energy, again, in the same spot that Dr. Taff did.
Okay, so residual is nothing to be afraid of. In my definition of residual is it's just energy left over. There's no consciousness to it, anything like that. And I do want to say, because I do, there's a lot of psychic mediums out there. All these people, psychic medium. It doesn't mean that you know the paranormal. That does not mean there is there's all types of mediumship, and each one is its own specialty. And there is a specialty to the paranormal. I don't know this person. I think I've heard his name before, but I'm not sure. I'm kind of questioning how much he knows about the paranormal, witchcraft, that sort of thing. Just because you've been in a haunted house or whatever a few times or come across a few doesn't mean that you really understand it that well. So I'm going to be sort of just out of my own curiosity looking at that. All right.
Okay.
No, it's really bad in there. That same sense of nausea and like you're gonna throw up. Reverse peristaltic action, very strong in there.
Was there reports of banging on the walls?
The boys would often be thrown into walls. That was very common for the kids to be thrown against the wall. There used to be a freezer here, and one kid got thrown against the freezer.
Those poor children.
What's
Yeah.
that?
Feeling like that is? What?
What's that?
They don't like you? You just said, I don't think they like you.
I don't think they do.
Okay?
I don't know why I said that.
You gotta be careful because they're connecting through you. That's what that is.
Let's just go downstairs.
Okay.
Now, for the camera people and sound, would you want to wear a Benedictine medal?
I actually have my own protection.
I actually have some too.
You
Yeah, we're good.
As we make our way into the basement, I begin feeling very spacey and begin to spin.
You guys, I feel really just like
You're swaying back and
I
forth.
just feel like
Explain something to you.
dizzy.
And I don't want to confirm this with one of these devices, but there's multiple spirits down here that are moving around very quickly. And I'm seeing them move around very quickly, just like I did as a child. They'll make you dizzy or energy, kind of like if you're going to pass out or you're getting really tired and all of a sudden, you know.
What?
I don't get that it's like a bunch of different spirits. He calls them spirits running around. Lack of grids. There is motion down there happening, but it's not like conscious entities spinning around. It's more just energy floating
Yeah,
around. Right?
I just feel energy. As soon as they walked into that house, I just immediately feel the energy.
Yes.
It's quite strong.
Yes, very strong. And I don't know if I said it when we first started, but when we opened space, I felt that way.
Yes.
That was the way I was feeling. But it's not conscious. It's the energy of it, of the house, of everything that's happened, the lack of grids, there's the witchcraft, there's so much going on. There's so many like opposing energies and so forth. It's just, yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever this is, that's what it is. It's just moving around. Yeah. All right.
Chris picks up on here is exactly how the grandmothers said they will jump in and out of people very fast.
Can't watch everybody at the same time. It's like it moves too fast, you know?
Please respond. How many spirits are down here or in this house with us? How many? Tell me.
They're not going to just tell you. Okay, I have issue with a medium
Yeah, I know.
recorder.
Yeah.
I have issue with that. Yeah. Already, I think he's very well meaning. He's probably done a lot of things, but thus far not a lot of credibility there for me.
Maybe it was asked of him though.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, because that's a real Zach Bagans thing, right? All the equipment and all the everything.
Yeah.
Sure. Absolutely.
Oh, good number. What do you got?
Wow, what do you think the growl?
Father Mike now instructs us to begin digging up the ritual items the police discovered 2 feet below this dirt. They have reburied them, possibly keeping this portal still open.
Kind of.
Oh, okay, stop. The whole portal thing. That's another Zach Bagans thing all the time. Is it demons and portals? There's a demon and portal everywhere. They buried those. That was the witchcraft that came in to try and stop this thing or try to bring protection to the family. That's why those things are buried there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. No, nobody's stealing them and burying them.
No. And it could be that each one of those items belongs to the different family members because protect this person. So they put that there. Each one.
Something of each person for sure.
Mhm. Yeah.
That makes sense.
and I know it's not all witchcraft, but the stuff that I personally have been involved in, when there's witchcraft gone wrong, it goes wrong. The intentions at the beginning are good, but then the entities come in, other things happen, and it just turns into this. It goes bad, and it goes bad fast and in an awful way. All right.
Dig this stuff up.
No, I think we need to close this down.
I mean, has anybody dug underneath here yet? You found anything?
The policeman dug, we found several items 2 feet deep, and that's about where they should still be.
Do you want us to dig those items up with the priest here? Do you want us to dig these items up?
It feels like something is telling me not to dig these items up.
I think it wants you, those things to stay. I don't think they should stay.
Okay. That could be the witch
Yeah.
telling him, don't dig those up. What happens with witchcraft is when the spell is broken, that spell goes back to the witch. The witches don't want that coming back on them, especially if there was nefarious things happening, if they did it for the wrong reasons, that sort of thing. And I'm not saying it was done for the wrong reason, but there's a reason now that the witch doesn't want you to touch it, because he is afraid of what's coming back to him. Right? So that could very well be what he's getting. Don't you think, or no? Does that land for you?
Oh, yeah. Follow your gut.
That's what I think. And I do think that would be awful down there. I mean, just the energy alone is enough to make you sick, give you headaches. But whatever your ailment is going to be way worse down there. And the dehydration, you can almost feel your skin like drying out. And then, and it goes into your sinuses, or everything gets dried out.
Make a sound so we can hear you.
See, what medium needs you to make a sound?
It sounds like it's trying to speak through my stomach. I mean, it really does. I mean, I don't use it. It's not a normal thing for me. Especially after maybe if I didn't eat all day. But I
Changed. Something changed.
Chris begins feeling what I'm feeling. There's a lot of tension in the air right now. What is down here with us?
Who's here now? Something's moving in. It's getting ice cold behind me.
I don't want to dig those items up.
Who's here now?
It definitely changed.
It's getting colder. It's like something not happy. It's like I'm standing near this stairway.
Show yourself.
And interesting is that my stomach growls whenever you make a command. When you're not saying anything, nothing happens.
Why did my stomach do it?
Okay.
Hold on. I just felt like there was something inside of my stomach.
Yeah, no, I kind of felt the same thing because
It's
kind of baffled.
low vibrational energy.
When you're making a command.
Should I get the spirit box see if they want it?
Yeah.
I want us to do it?
Yeah.
Okay, the spirits that are here in this house, this device is going to give you an opportunity to project your thoughts and also to speak to us.
What part of the body are you making noises in, Father Mike?
It's an odd question.
What's in the dirt? Dirt.
Oh,
Did you hear that?
said it again.
The dirt.
Dirt.
It said plain as day, dirt.
What's in the dirt? Dirt.
Oh,
Did you hear that?
said it again.
Can you tell me the name of the woman? Was the lady that lived here with the 3 kids that was possessed?
Is it Hammond?
He said the woman who was possessed.
He did say that, didn't he?
Yeah. I think that's an awful thing to say. I'm just saying.
But she wasn't.
She wasn't. He's really trying to make this something that it isn't. I mean, there's stuff going on there. Yes, don't misunderstand me. Yes, that entity that we took care of in the first video was there then, is not there presently, but she was not possessed.
No, I thought
There's
she was
not one report that she was. I don't feel that.
No.
You never felt that. No one's ever said that.
No.
No.
It's the kids that went really through the hell.
Yes. Yeah.
Amos was the last name.
Oh my God.
Amos.
Okay.
Wow, that was...
Okay.
Is it Ammons?
Okay.
Wow, that was...
Okay.
Zach! Oh my gosh. That was so loud. Zach! I need the name of the man that used to abuse LaToya. Did he bury the objects in the ground?
No.
How many ghosts are here?
One.
Just said one.
One ghost.
The spirit who said one, what's your first name?
Do you want me to put the amplifier on? Whoa, a big, giant anomaly flew around you, Chris, and like by your shoulder.
Incredibly, as this anomaly manifests over Chris, it seems to also disrupt the electromagnetic fields, causing interference in Chris's spirit box.
Static going through. We're hearing static too.
Big step.
Whoa. I need to talk to just spirits that know about this house. Was anybody ever murdered in this house? Yes or no? Yes.
See, and here's another thing we talk about all the time. Spirits lie. They lie, they lie, they lie. They're going to tell you whatever you need to hear to stay there, to stay engaged, to continue allowing them to do whatever it is they want to do.
For sure.
Was anybody ever murdered in this house? Yes or no? Yes.
No.
Is the boy's name Trey?
Whoa, the floor just creaked right above my head. Like a
I heard that.
Did you hear it?
Yeah.
Who's upstairs? Is there somebody upstairs?
Me.
Me. What's your name? Same voice.
What did he say? What was that?
Matt?
The same exact voice that said me.
Is there somebody upstairs?
Me.
Me.
They're so easily
What's your
swayed.
name?
Yeah.
Same voice.
In my other investigations, I have encountered other demonic hauntings and infestations where the demons will address themselves as common names to try to trick you into thinking it's a friendly human spirit.
And we asked who that was, and he told us it was Steve. At the time, we were communicating with, I believe his name is Steve.
We kept getting this name on our EVPs about Steve.
You want to dig?
That does happen a lot. And we go through, they want you to believe that they're a spirit guide or that they're a family member. And they do that. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Names do stick, or they'll be like, a little kid named so-and-so died here, and they're, it's like.
Yes. Yes. They need that emotional connection with you.
Yes.
That keeps you from calling people like us to get rid of them,
Yeah.
right? So they can stay.
But I do get that there's like there is other energy, like when it's upstairs and making thumping noises. Like I do get that there is two other ones.
Okay.
I feel their energy.
I think you got that in the first video, didn't you?
Yeah.
As well?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
do feel.
Yeah.
Sure.
As Father Mike witnesses and validates this communication evidence, it is now time to dig up the ritual items in an attempt to close the portal.
Are the crosses manifesting on the top there? Do you see? When we were digging, they were manifesting. They were dripping the oil.
On these steps?
Yeah, on the riser part. Yeah, strange to my gut. So
There's that oil again.
Here, right in the middle. I don't see anything.
They started to manifest when you were digging?
When we were digging, all of a sudden they were dripping.
Was this the substance that the CPS worker touched?
Yeah, I think she touched.
Made her hand go numb?
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm looking at there. I mean, it's someone's hand, but I don't know.
Is it oily? I don't know.
Look at what's that?
What is that there?
What's that shiny thing? Definitely a sock. Okay, there's a sock. The lid, there it is. Those are the things.
We begin to discover the ritual artifacts, and as they are unearthed, I begin feeling a lot of anxiety, and that this shouldn't be occurring.
Is that a child sock?
Yeah. Wait.
They're trying to protect the family. A piece from everyone in the family.
Old wood window, it's the white.
We saw the little hole there. We thought that our drapery cord would go.
I'm sure this could be used to kill somebody too.
But that's what we thought, that it was a murder weapon, or the boy died
Could be.
by hitting him somehow, or choking him. Then a few hornets should be in there.
Or no.
There it is.
Any sock. You know,
Yeah.
those are personal items.
Yeah. Yeah. They went a little bit further over here, but we weren't finding anything at that level. What's that thing way back there? Is that a fingernail? What's that?
Oh, that's a fingernail.
That's a fingernail, I think.
This is buried in the ground too?
That was 2 feet deep.
So they find that fingernail pretty easy.
Yeah. Next to your shovel, to the left, your left.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Did you?
What was that?
The child.
It's like a child cry.
As I dig deeper, we all hear an unexplained child scream, and incredibly, we capture this on our camera's audio.
The left, your left, your left, your left.
Did you hear that?
That could be anything. There are animals that sound like that. There are all sorts of things. And something, the lack of grids there coming through the dimension. I mean, that could be just anything. It's amazing to me how they always try to, it was a kid scream. Well,
but you know what? On the other hand, it's cool that you can actually hear it.
Sure.
Right? So
sure.
At least they had a bit of a thrill.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
Did you?
What was that?
The child. So we heard a direct voice phenomena. Disembodied voice. That was crazy.
Sound like
Keep digging, keep digging. That means something.
Yeah.
Is there a body underneath here? Buried. Said I am.
I am the child.
Said I am.
It's a great way to keep you going, right? It's a great way to keep you engaged.
Yeah. Sure.
Said I am.
You're digging pretty deep.
Why don't we go upstairs?
We could also check to see if we have any bleeding from the oil.
Father Mike wants to check the windows upstairs.
I wanted to stop again. Zach's worried that, does he have like asthma or something? I wonder.
I don't know what it is.
Because no one else, it's not like there's deadly gases, like everyone needs to wear it for protection. He's the only one that seems to be wearing it. So I thought, well, maybe
maybe he has like something.
Some
on.
respiratory something.
Yeah.
If any of you know, let us know. Okay, we'll keep going.
Where before, when the police dug up the items, a mysterious oil-type substance began dripping from the blinds.
This is where it was dripping. Here. Is that dry?
Like olive oil. Maybe they, on their hands and feet, and then I'm sure there's whether it's olive oil or something that they use for rituals.
Yeah, you never know.
You don't know. And like a priest would use holy water. That's obviously not going to drip the same way. But
yeah, some sort of like how we like essential oils, right?
Exactly. Yes, like they put on there and you would do that on windows.
Yeah,
You know, when people clear their homes, or they do their ritual with the smoke and everything, they'll do things in front of the windows or put things on the windows. Yeah. All right, let's keep going.
At least to set an intention, I guess.
Right. Yeah.
Is it wet?
Yeah.
It's wet now.
Oh God, yeah.
It's wet? Okay, that's the man, got it.
It's all wet.
Watch, it's starting right now. Watch.
That just got bigger.
Okay, yeah, no, that's what we...
That wasn't bigger.
Look how dirty those windows, those blinds are.
It's going through the pores. Keep them in camera.
Yeah.
It's not dripping in oil.
Well, look at it. It just got wider.
That's what's doing it.
See, look at it. On my finger. You see it?
Yeah.
It's like dripping off.
It's like coming out of the pores. It's getting wetter and wetter.
You can see that.
That's getting wet now.
It's getting wet. So, yeah.
Look.
Holy.
Okay. Those blinds are so dirty. You put any liquid on there, it's going to mix with. I mean, that's no. That's just a bunch of that's man-made stuff. They're making it out to be. Look at it spreading right in front of our eyes, but they don't show us that. And they, like, come on.
Yeah. Somebody just put that on there. They they thought they were doing a good thing, but that was put on there.
Right. And then we all know that Zach Bagans has been caught faking a lot of things. So, just saying. just gonna lay that out there for everyone to have their own opinion on.
But I don't necessarily think, but that was before him, this oil on the blinds.
Right, yes.
So
yes.
I don't believe like that he's necessarily faking it, but he's keeping it going.
Yes.
But that was put on there by somebody. Somebody is intentionally doing that for an intention.
Yeah.
Right?
And I would like to know, is this priest that's with him an actual exorcist or not? Because it's a very specialized job that some priests have. There are very few of them. I'd like to. Certainly, they have priests that will go out to your home. They'll bless your home. They'll help you with things. I'm wondering if he's more of that level. He's not. When I have seen actual exorcists, the priests who are exorcists, there's a command from them that is like, he's not going to let Zach take over. You know what I mean? Like, I'd like to know. I'm sure he's a priest. I'm sure whatever he does beautifully. He's doing what he's doing, and it's honest, and he's there for a good reason. I just don't know if he's an actual one of the exorcists. I'd like to know, because he's like I said, the ones I've seen, and I've never met one. I would love to, but I've never met one. They really command their presence is, when they're in a home, like I've seen different, I don't know. Just saying. Just saying. I don't know if they would let Zach just kind of push him around like that. Ready?
Yeah.
I'm asking you if you're ready, and I'm the one that's yammering along. Here we go. Commercial break.
I know, right?
Coming out of the pores. It's getting wetter and wetter.
You can see that.
That's getting wet now.
It's getting wet. So,
Look.
Holy. Oh my God.
Just like 2 years prior, when the police discovered the items in the basement and the house began to bleed an unknown liquid, it is unbelievably happening again.
Is that the same type substance?
It seems the same type.
All of a sudden, I have a very powerful feeling come over me. Something wants me returning to the basement dirt. I can't explain why, but right now, all I want to do is rebury these objects back in the ground. regardless of the consequences.
That's the witch.
Yeah.
That's the witch telling him to get back in there and do
The
that.
others have no idea that I'm rebearing the objects. And just as I seal the hole, Chris has to sit down and gather himself for the first time tonight.
I don't think those two things are related at all. I think, you know, him rebearing them and then Chris, I think, getting, those aren't related. They just maybe happen at the same time or not. We have no idea how this film was edited.
I think it's the energy that's affecting Chris.
Absolutely. I would be sick in there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Even just sitting here watching this, I can feel the energy. I'll get a bit of headache. The headache goes away. It goes away from my chest. It comes back. So
starting to feel like you can feel it in your gut, or I can't. Like my gut is like, ugh, blah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely, it's in and out. And
yes. They had to be so unhealthy being in there. Whoever lived there.
Oh yeah.
You know, and it hits everyone differently, whether it's emotional, mental, physical, lots of angry outbursts, depression. I mean, it affects everyone so differently. Just sitting here in it, I'm like, oh, blah. Yeah. So I'm sure for that family, it was awful. I'm sure it was just awful.
And I just started getting dizzy. They were saying leave us or leave.
Can you give us a bigger sign? Can you shut a door for us? Do you want us to leave?
I'll kill you. What is it? It's not like I kill you.
I'll kill you.
I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
I'll kill you.
That's what I heard. You're right.
I'll kill you.
That's plain as day.
That's plain as day.
Yeah, I'll kill you.
You hear that, Father?
Yeah.
What is causing these other unexplained things that you witnessed?
I'm gonna.
Yeah, now we did pull.
Real quick, just the whole "I'll kill you" thing. That can it happen? Yes, but it's years and years and years of they just break you down and break you down and break you down and break you down and break you down until your body gives in. They don't actually want to kill you though, because that's how an entity is surviving.
Yeah,
that's how they're feeding. That's how they're getting. So. Do they want to hurt them? Sure. All of that feeds the fear and everything. And saying, I'll kill you, that feeds the fear. I don't actually believe, not that someone didn't say I kill you. I don't believe, it feels more to me like they just want you to go. Whoever, there's something there that just doesn't want you there. And saying I kill you might send most people out running, out. But it didn't. I don't know.
I also think it's the same, like when they're running around these places with these things and they'll say demon. They're like, if maybe that'll make them leave.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Let's scare the crap out of these people and they'll go away.
Okay.
I just find this guy, this Chris person is like with all these devices. He's not. Have you seen him be like a medium or
I have not. I thought I heard the name, but I don't remember. And then when I see him, it's not ringing any bells for me. But the name sounds familiar.
But maybe he's just sensitive and
they're all different levels of being a medium and being psychic, which are two different things. But just the fact that he's using all those tools that makes me wonder.
Yeah, I've just been kind of waiting for him to kind of say that he he's feeling into something standing over there in the corner looking like he wants to kill me.
Right. Yes.
And he's not.
And he is, no, not at all.
He's lying on the tape recorder.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
POV items, and we do probably need to reseal so I'm going to do the blood salt, and we'll...
I buried the items.
Why? You knew we had to do cleansing now.
Yeah, I know. I just, honestly, when you guys are up here, I wanted to just go down there and hurry up and bury them.
Okay, I have to say something. At first, when he was doing that, I just thought, the witch could be telling him, go bury that stuff again, because they don't want they don't want their stuff undone. He doesn't want his unstuff, right? And now I think it's a total bullshit. I think he's playing it all up. I mean, I think he did go down and bury it, but I think it was for the drama.
Yeah, you got to remember who's doing this thing.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
Like, we just wanted to go in the house and feel.
Yes. All right, sorry. I can't help it. I have to call bullshit, man. Okay. Thank you, Lori. See, this is what a good friend does. A good friend says, Pam, get back on track. We
Pam has a bit of a hate on for Zach, so
I do, and for this guy, and the priest I like, but the other two, not so much. All right. Thank you, Lori. Thank you. Pam was just put in her place and reminded why she's here. So, and I appreciate that. Okay. So we'll continue on and not let these people irritate the shit out of me. Okay. Woo! Here we go.
Why?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I just thought I had to do
Do
it.
you think like something in the house is telling you to do that?
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah.
But obviously.
No, I think wants you to keep this open for them, so you don't really want to listen to them.
Why are you listening?
If I shut it down, then I feel that they're going to get angry at me. And I feel that I'm more of a guest at their home. That's how I feel when I walk in here, even without you guys. It feels like this is their home and they're protecting something in the basement.
Yeah. No.
Zach has purchased this home by this time, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this is his home, right? Okay.
Yeah, because these are like the lost footage. So I'm assuming that he didn't lose it. So they were just left over after he put his little movie together, right? So when he put his movie together, he had purchased this house.
Okay.
Right?
So he owns it right now as they're in it.
Yes.
Okay.
But I've noticed this man, this father, has always been like sliding back and forth from foot to foot to foot. Like the energy really is agitating this man the whole time he's been in here.
Absolutely. They all need to learn how to hold space. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, here we go. Unless you have something else to say?
Nope.
Okay.
But you were feeling very sick all of a sudden. Was that when you were burying those items?
Wait a minute, yeah, you were. I was getting dizzy.
Yeah, no, you were getting dizzy.
Not connected.
That's what I was telling you.
Yeah.
Like when I first walked in here, I felt aggression.
Yeah, I know. What you just said, I don't think they like you.
I don't think they do. Now I feel like just like
Yeah, they're not.
But
They're gonna mess up. They're gonna mess things up.
Father Mike seems bothered at this point and goes outside. I quickly grab a camera and go after him to find out what's wrong.
I am a bit disturbed with you rebearing the objects and listening to those that are unsaved. I have a very bad feeling. To keep it as a portal, I'm not sure that's going to be helpful to the project. And there all of a sudden came a wall between me and you because we were working together, and all of a sudden we're on opposite teams.
I didn't know you felt so strongly about
I
that.
have to stop this. Catholicism says that that's a portal. So my idea of a portal and their idea of a portal, and I think even Zach's idea of a portal, could all be different.
Yeah.
Very interesting. All right. Should I start again?
Sure.
That action just made me feel he could jeopardize everything.
It's obvious at this point that Father Mike has witnessed paranormal events inside this house, to suggest that action needs to be done in order to bless the objects and close this portal.
I really did not feel that it was me that wanted to bury this.
Yeah, okay.
I want you to understand that.
Yeah. The thing is going to work if it's from God, not from them.
Father Mike needs to exorcise all of the objects that may have been used in the dark ritual in order to close this portal.
Okay, I'm going to stop that. So,
But you see how he says he needs to exercise them.
yeah.
He wants to bless them.
Yes.
Right? Like,
that would be my, I don't know if he actually uses that verbiage like the Father does or
Father
not.
Mike, of saying he wants to bless them.
Well, did Father say he wanted to bless them, and then Zach said he wanted?
And then Zach turns it into Zach lingo of he needs to exercise them, right?
Yes. Okay.
If he just had like a clap of thunder and some lightning every time he said something.
Okay, that's funny. Yes. And if the Father does bless each item, whatever witchcraft or whatever is attached to them, that will dissolve it. But there's a bigger, that's just the protection part. Someone was trying to protect each person, so they took something from each person.
Yeah.
And did that. But there's a bigger piece here of that
like
black magic.
The whole spell of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good catch, though. That's funny, and I like the thunderclap thing. That. All right, here we go.
But there's a problem. I can't find the woman's fingernail.
That fingernail might be tough to find.
He's probably in his pocket. Sorry.
If I can't find a fingernail, can I bring it to you?
Well, you made a good effort to
Bad Pam.
find it.
I don't ever find the fingernail that we reburied, which begs the question, could the missing ritual item keep the portal open?
Did you see evidence that they were still here?
Yes, yeah.
You saw evidence that the spirits were still home?
They were definitely, we definitely had evidence. I exorcise you by the living God, by the true God, by the holy God, by the God who ordered you to be poured into the water by Elisha the prophet, so that its life-giving powers might be restored. I exercise you so that you may put to flight all the powers of the enemy, through the power of our Lord Jesus Christ, who will come to judge the living and the dead in the world by fire. Amen.
Father got really, really angry with me that I buried those objects, so he wants me to do a follow-up investigation of the home to see if the darker spirits are still here, which I will do. But as of now, my work here is done.
Sorry.
That priest does seem like he's a little kind of higher up with how he was. I mean,
When he finally it was like he found himself.
yeah. Like he just kind of stayed back for so long.
Yeah. That's what I was expecting the entire time from him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, no, you invited me here as the expert. I'm going to tell you what to do. And whatever.
Well, took him a while to pipe up. But...
In this particular visit to Chief Miller's house, he He wants to tell me about something disturbing that happened to him and his wife immediately after coming home from the demon house the same night.
You get back from the demon house.
Yes.
And what happened?
I went to bed about 2 o'clock in the morning. There's an incredibly loud crash in my house, down below.
You hear this?
Yes. And it's not like a book falling off a shelf, it's like a bookcase falling. That's what I likened it to. It was that loud.
And was your wife with you?
Yes. At the time.
She heard it too?
Yes, she does. So I grabbed gun, flashlight, and I start walking through the house to see what I thought someone broke in the house or something major happened in my house. So I came down to the main floor, Zach, and shined my flashlight on to try to find whatever had fallen or whatever was in my house, and there wasn't anything here. And I'm kind of stealthily coming down the stairs, creeping down. I'm looking around the corner, looking in the dark basement, and I'm about 2-3 feet away from my alarm panel, and all of a sudden my alarm, which I set every single night, says alarm off.
Alarm off.
And my alarm can't turn off unless you put in a 4-digit code and actually push off. So that's never happened before. I reach over and I push the alarm again. I set it again on home. And a second later, the alarm says alarm off. So it disarmed itself again.
Alarm off.
Is this the same force that knows how to go in and manipulate DVR settings?
Okay, so a lot of entities, earthies, can mess with electronics all the time. We've seen that all the time. It doesn't have to be demonic or whatever. Absolutely something probably followed him. And they don't have to necessarily follow you. They know. So your energy has an imprint where you live, where you work, in your car. You have an imprint. And that's how the entities, earthies, find you.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely something.
Yeah.
Just checking them out, just seeing what was going on. They do that to us all the time.
Yeah. We had it the other day where it was going to you, coming to me, going to you, coming to me. It was going back and forth and back and forth. So it knew.
Yep.
So how many systems have you installed, Jeff?
Well, I've been doing it for 30 years, so I don't know, thousands.
Have you had a system do this?
No, never have I had this issue ever.
So how could the settings be manipulated inside this system if it can't be done?
Only here.
Okay. Only here.
On site.
How is that possible then? How is this happening?
I don't know how it's happening, obviously. You know, I mean, I put, 5 in a week. At least, and never
this
had
is the second problem, the second time, or the second system that we've had problems.
Right.
Well, we've already had another system in here and had the same issues. I mean, that's 2.
Right.
And it's 2. That's 2. I mean, back to back.
What are the odds in 2?
I'm going to stop this. So, did he say this guy was in law enforcement of some sort?
This guy, I didn't hear him say he was in law enforcement, but
I thought he did at the beginning that he worked for the sheriff's office or something. I heard some sort of law enforcement. They always have creepy things happening. things fun, they're because they get into all kinds of things. They're always going to homes that have activity and everything. And it doesn't surprise me that he's in his home, that this is the second alarm system that has had some issue. It doesn't necessarily mean from the same thing, and a lot of them have some sort of PTSD. They have trauma from their jobs or from the military or whatever. There's a lack of grids in this home. There's all kinds of, and I won't go into it because they haven't asked me to look, but I'm just saying what I know about like law enforcement, and they often have a lot of weird things happen in their home like that because of their own energy, because of things following them, plus their own energy. They look pretty calm, but there's a lot of trauma going on there, a lot of chaotic stuff. Anyway, just thought I'd throw that in there.
Systems doing this.
Because I can.
Type of problems. Never. I mean,
two different manufacturers.
Right, two systems, separate manufacturers, having the protected settings manipulated by something unexplained so they don't record. All of a sudden, everyone in the house, including other workers installing motion lights, hears a woman scream from inside.
You hear a voice go, ah, like that?
Yeah, so I just said, you guys yelling down there?
No, we weren't.
Sound like some woman yelling or something.
Jesus.
Exactly.
Holy.
You heard it. We thought there was a woman right here.
What did you hear, Jeff?
It was just like kind of a small squeakier, like yeah, something like that. And then we walked over here, then we heard it again.
Can you tell me what you heard?
Like a holler, like a yell, like a woman's hollering or something.
From that time period, in the last 3 years, has your alarm done that?
No, never.
Okay. It just coincidentally did that the same night that you were at the demon house.
Correct.
Digging up the artifacts in the dirt and witnessing a minor rite of exorcism.
Correct. So I went upstairs and I grabbed the phone off my nightstand. And like I told you at the very beginning, I charge it up every night because I expect middle of night phone calls. And I picked it up and it showed the battery symbol. And I watched the battery go from 100% to nothing. The phone went dead and I couldn't restart it.
How many phones is that now? 4.
I'm stunned. Right after the workers heard the disembodied voices at the house, their cell phones did the same exact thing.
And my battery just went completely dead.
How much battery did you have?
It was like 97% charged.
And it just went completely dead.
Dead. I just tried calling you.
And yours?
I went to the Apple side.
What happened with both your phones?
My battery went from 97% to 0 like instantaneously.
Mine is.
Happens all the time. Zach knows it happens all the time. He's making it into some big. It doesn't surprise him at all.
In the night, and especially when the alarm went off, and then later the phone discharged. And then I started thinking it might be related to the house.
That just happened.
Right, because we've just seen things at the house that we couldn't explain, and then I come to my house and see things I can't explain.
I had come to the conclusion, because of everything that transpired and all the things that I had witnessed and heard about, that it affected women and children physically and the stronger being men electronically.
Something came back with him. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was that demon, but something came, and I don't want it back.
So, and that's very typical. They will mess with women and children. We've seen many a time men, very masculine men, even things, entities, whatever. They don't mess with them. Yeah. They just like that the energy is too much to get. They're too hard to manipulate them. It's too hard to scare them. It's too hard to get to them. So they just don't bother. We see that a lot.
One of the most terrifying moments in Demon House history was the incident with our cameraman Adam at the hotel.
How long are you in the house, man?
After terminating him from the project for his and our own safety, he later agreed to meet with Jay Wasley, one of my other crew members, to film a polygraph test.
My name is Dennis DeBernardis. I'm a
You know what? I have to say, that was not he said something like the scariest thing that happened at the demon house or whatever. I bet those children would argue that they had the scariest moments at the demon house. You know what I mean? Like, anyway, sorry. Somebody's getting a polygraph.
Certified polygraph examiner for over 33 years. Retired from NYPD. Former private investigator. I was called in to do a polygraph examination on a gentleman regarding some paranormal activity that had taken place in a home in Gary, Indiana. I would like to go over the questions and I'll go over the responses of the subject. These are the questions that were asked and these are the subject's responses. I asked Adam if he had vomited in Zach's hotel bathroom after filming in the house in Indiana. His response was yes. I then asked him if he had felt a stabbing pain in the stomach before he vomited blood. And again, his response was yes. The next question was, did you see a demon-like creature in the elevator at the hotel room in Indiana after filming at Zach's house? His answer was yes.
Yes.
I then asked him if Zach's house had made him violent, and his answer was yes, and he said the visualization of that demon-like creature made him both paranoid and violent. I asked him if he was terrified at what he experienced at Zach's house in Indiana, and his response was yes. I asked him if he had experienced severe back pains after filming inside the house, and his response again was yes. I asked him if he had a dream about Zach's house prior to ever arriving there, and his answer and his response was yes. I then asked him if he had screamed for Zach after he saw the demon-like creatures in the hotel elevator because of his fear, and his response was yes. I asked him if he had visions of killing Zach, and his response was yes. I asked him if he had visions of Zach killing himself with the broken glass.
I don't know what any of these questions.
Yeah.
They mean nothing. Yes. Yeah, I got sick. Yes, I threw up. Yes, this happened after I went to the... Like, what is all this supposed to prove? I don't know. And maybe he did see something, and in his mind, and I'm not saying he didn't see something. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that if you believe it, that's what's going to pick up on the polygraph, right? It's because you're honestly saying, yes, that's what I saw. Well, I just, and then the other, they're just really silly questions. Like, what is it supposed to prove? I don't know. Do you have an idea?
No, I'm even trying to like lean into the guy as to like, did he pick up on all of this energy in there? But it's like, why are you turning violent? And
yeah,
I don't know.
He certainly could have been jumped. I mean, there are a lot of reasons, and so that could have happened. Maybe he was jumped, maybe something, you know, there are things that could happen. I just don't understand how this polygraph is going to prove.
Yeah.
Especially with the questions are just silly. I'm confused, but.
Yeah, I'm totally confused by what's going on with this right now.
Yeah. All right, well, here we go.
Yes, from the mirror in the bathroom, and his response was yes. I asked him before he went to Zach's house if he had believed the stories he heard about the paranormal activities that had taken place, and his answer was no, he didn't believe. I then asked him if he had believed that there were demons in Zach's house from what he had experienced, and his answer was yes, now he does believe. I asked him if he heard a growl in the basement at Zach's house while filming with Dr. Barry Taft. He said he did, and so did others. Adam Albrand was truthful in responding to all questions asked regarding the paranormal activity that had taken place in Zach's house in Gary, Indiana. He wasn't lying, and obviously he's been telling us the truth. You know, he was truthful about things that happened, so this will be something that'll stay with him forever.
Looking at me personally, if I'm the person who you're saying, well, that guy knows what he's talking about, I would say you're a fool, because if someone looking like me came up to me and started talking to me about how they'd seen a demon in an elevator, I would laugh at them and probably just walk away. And I wish it wasn't true.
So dramatic.
Like, I do wish it wasn't true. Because it...
And I am sorry if he really believed, I mean,
been something that since then I've doubted in my mind because it's so insane. And as I'm walking to the elevator, I have the thought in my head, if you're real, stop me from getting on this elevator. And I press the button. And then the elevator opened 2 inches and stopped. And I saw the devil. And it scared me. It scared me. When I saw that face, it scared me. And I screamed. I screamed for Zach. And I've, thought about this a lot. Like, I had that moment where it was like, this is real. We're here and this is real. And this isn't something that somebody's making up for money and you believe. Then you believe. If you don't, you won't. That's it. And this isn't something that's just explainable easily because of people wanting it to be real.
So I have to say, he's acting.
Yeah, I keep on like trying to see like.
And then the music comes in, ding, you know. Could that have happened? Yes, it absolutely could have. And could he be absolutely freaked out? Absolutely. But this whole thing is an act.
Yeah.
This is not. I'm really not getting that feeling of truthfulness here, of sincerity, or whatever verbiage you want to add to that.
Yeah, he just kind of looks like a madman, but
like, doesn't that seem really put on? To me, it seems it's very much acting. Could that happen? Absolutely.
I'm not getting anything from this guy at all.
Me either. I would not say that it didn't happen. I really wouldn't. Like, very possibly that all happened, but what he's doing afterward, at the very least, he's embellishing, but he's making he's the crazy eyes and the, whatever. Like, who does that? I don't know. It doesn't feel sincere. Okay, just about 8 more minutes.
It's real. It's real. And you're not going to believe that unless you believe it. Unless it's happened to you.
It's true. Yes. Unless you experience it, people tend to not necessarily believe.
This next moment occurs after I get a sudden feeling to visit the house for no reason whatsoever.
I just happen to bring everyone with me.
Yeah.
Is there anyone in here? Hello? Hello?
All of a sudden, as Billy turns his camera back in the same exact spot it just was, his camera now captures what appears to be 2 glowing eyes looking back at him. As we try to debunk this, we can't, because when we look at the same exact shot from just a few seconds ago, the one with the glowing eyes, there is nothing, which rules out any possibility of reflection of lights. The grandmother would also say that children would see these same
now I
eyes
see what they're talking
before
about.
more activity occurred.
My granddaughter's, oh, I can't take it anymore. So I'm watching all of them going from one to the next. I can't take it anymore. Grandma, make them stop. I can't look in their eyes. I can't look in their eyes. I said, don't look at them. Don't look at them.
Terrifying for mom and grandma.
Someone down there?
What are you doing?
Someone down there. Somebody get over here. Somebody get over here.
What the what, bro?
I've said this many times. We've talked about it. When you've been doing this as long as, like Zach has, not even that long, just a couple of years in, you don't get that freaked out. That you just don't. Can you get startled? Yes. Like, oh, you see something there, something you start. But that reaction to me is just BS. It's just BS. You
There was,
just
like,
do not
nothing
get
going on.
like that. All the stuff that he claims he's been through, that's for the camera. That's why there's so many people who don't like him. Okay, just a few minutes. We'll finish this up and then we'll talk some more.
Oh my God, the whole energy just changed in there, dude. What did you see, man?
God. Oh my God. All of a sudden I felt this ice cold wind go down my back here, and then I was just paralyzed. And then I saw something on this camera, something glowing. And when I saw that thing creep in, I felt this just surge of energy come up those stairs and just break me out of that, like, paralysis state. Everyone turn your volume up right now, because during that light anomaly, we also captured a hissing sound. Somebody get over here. Somebody get over here.
Scared the out of us, bro.
You okay?
Blood.
What?
You probably bit your tongue.
Let me see.
Keep tasting blood. Like when you started running and I was following you out, and then I started tasting blood in my mouth, but we didn't hit or anything.
You spit blood just now?
Where's the light on this? I'm shaking. Let me see, Jay.
Yeah, I mean, it's mild, but see it all?
Let me see.
Wow. Yeah, it's pink.
What the Jay?
Yeah,
Here,
you can see it's pink,
come here.
man.
Here. As I head back inside, I begin taking pictures of the house. What are you? When just like what happened with Chief Miller and the workers, my phone all of a sudden dies with over 50% battery life. They do not want to be seen. The electrical field, man. Look at my phone. I had 48% battery power, and my phone is turning off right now.
Wow.
You see that?
Yeah.
Dead. Just turned off as I was taking that photo. I had 48% battery power. I just looked at it.
What did Father Michael say? How once they knew its name, it started to try to stop them. You were trying to take a photo, it kills your phone.
Right.
This thing's smart.
I just got really aggravated.
aggravated.
I saw it.
I just had rage when I looked at you, Jay.
I saw it.
I don't like this right now. I don't like this, how I'm feeling. I have a lot of rage.
Okay, so nothing in that clip changed my mind about anything. Did for you? Nope. What I would really like would be to go to, because the house has been taken down, to go to that property, Madrum, with all of it, like the whole TCS gang, and heal that land. The land needs it. Disconnect or dissolve whatever's left there with any magic work that's been done, anything paranormal that's left, to take care of that. I do think there is some sort of earthy entity, something connected with that black magic. At least one, if not more.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I would I'd really like to heal it all and make it so they could build something there again, or kids can play, neighbor, whatever, just so it's not as scary. Because taking down the physical home doesn't do anything to paranormal. You're talking about energy. Energy survives whether the house is there or not.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
It
Well,
just
it's like, all the years of, like settlers, like there could have been somebody there at 1500, and then that village, they move on and it just eats away into the ground. And then somebody comes along in the 1700s and builds another village. And, it's layered.
Yes.
Layers.
And there's been times when I think you might have been with us on this particular, I can't remember. I'm not great with time and when things happen and who was there, but clearing this home that was a ranch, so it was just one level, but there was a staircase there. And spirits going up, or earthies going up this. Prior to that house was like a 3-story home.
Right.
They tore it down, put in a new ring. So that old energy is still there of what was there.
Yeah.
It's no longer there. So it doesn't go away by just tearing that down. It just doesn't. Would love to go in and clear that away. That would be wonderful. So, Zach, forget everything that I just said in the video. Contact us if you want us to clear your property. And we'd have to get his permission to do so.
Yeah.
The witch has not attacked us, has tried to figure out who we were, that sort of thing. But that was not crossing the line into an area where we could say, okay, game over. We're taking care of you now.
Yeah.
So we can't.
Unless it does try to come back, then we'll.
Yes. Then all bets are off. Yeah. Just like the one entity tried the first time. And yes. But that happens a lot. They'll just kind of come look, and there's nothing we can do about that.
No.
Lori, would anything else you want to add to that?
Nope. Nope.
Okay. Me either.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone for watching. If you have paranormal activity and you want it gone, please contact us. The service is always free. That particular paranormal service is always free. TCSEverydayPsychics.com. You can reach out and find us there. We also have our other services, healings, readings for people and animals, development opportunities, whatever. It's all there. TCSEverydayPsychics.com. Okay, so this is a follow-up to our follow-up because more happened. Lori, do you want to talk about that? Or read the text or whatever you want to do?
Right. So after we did the Lost Demon House tape, about an hour later, I was hit with like a really bad headache, which I'm not a headache person. And I texted Pam and asked her because you had mentioned earlier that you had had a headache also, and asked you how your headache was doing to see if you were still in my same boat, and you were fine and I felt awful. So I went and I laid down for about an hour. I got back up and I still felt awful. Stayed up for about an hour and a half or so and went back to bed. Both times when I laid down in my bed, I have a cat, and she would come up and she will cuddle up beside me for about 15 minutes and then she generally leaves. And she wouldn't leave my side. She just stayed on the bed and she would not leave my side. So she hogged the bed all night long, just to say.
It's amazing something so small can take up so much room, right?
Well, she's laying this way and I'm laying this way, right? And she's a big cat. She's really long. So yeah, she can take up a lot of room. Anyways, I got up the next morning. My cat just basically just had like such a wild, wide-eyed stare and was always looking underneath the furniture. And I still had the Wicked headache. I was actually going to see the play Wicked,
which is
with my friends, and I was trying to get ready for that. And so I'm like, okay, let me fix the grids in here, maybe like a lot of negative. As soon as I would try to do something, then I would feel really nauseous. And I was trying to clean this place, and then it would hit me again in the head. I stood up at one point, and it was like I was on a ship, just on rough water. I literally had to just sit right back down again. Was not feeling well. So I got myself ready. I'm going to see this play no matter what. I left a guardian with my pet, asked to have her protected, and out the door I went. I was taking the train into Toronto. The farther I got away from my apartment, so I got a text from you, Pam, on the train asking me how I was feeling, and I let you know. And the further I got away from this place, I just felt more and more normal, more like, yay, I'm going to this play now. And it was great that I could do that. And you had said, do you want Mari-Lyn and I to go and clear your home? And I was like, yes. Yeah. While I'm at the play in intermission, you're texting me and you said, okay, you're clear, you're good to go. So when I did come back home, it was such a difference. It was like, it was all back to normal. My cat still took a couple of days because obviously she doesn't have the process to go, oh, you fixed it type of thing. Yeah, it really, really scared her.
Yeah.
Really.
Oh, well, and we're going to have Mari-Lyn on here in a minute, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. I do want to say that we had just done the follow-up with Zach Bagans, that we all just watched it. And it's not uncommon after we do videos like that to be very tired and feel worn out and feel dehydrated. So we just kind of thought it was that.
Yeah.
You did. And oftentimes you clear yourself, and then you'll go to bed, drink a bunch of water, you go to bed, and usually you wake up feeling better. So when you woke up feeling almost worse,
yeah,
I was like, uh-oh, there's something going on. And then when you said the farther you got away, the better you felt. And I was like, ding, 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 ding. Okay, we need to go in and see. And sure enough, there was something there.
Yeah.
So let's get, unless there's something else to say, we'll get Mari-Lyn in here and we'll.
No.
All right. So this is what happened. You were the one that saw it, and I called you. Mm-hmm. We got together.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to talk about that?
In clearing Lori's house.
Yeah.
I remember it like I just did it.
Really?
Yep.
Per usual, I do not. once
And-
I get out of that energy, I'm sort of
Mhm.
out. So
And you know, not everything I remember that clearly, but this I remember so clearly, which is interesting because it wasn't like a clear, solid thing that I saw. I saw it under the bed. And I'm sorry to tell you, Lori, yeah, it hung out under your bed. It hung out anywhere where it could get under or behind. It was black, but not solid. Not solid at all.
and it wasn't it was sort of a blob, right?
It was like almost like an oval,
Okay.
like a capsule, you know, like the shape of a pill capsule, but like considerably larger.
And when you said it, I said, "What?" Because you hadn't seen the video that we
I'd
watched.
not seen the video at all.
And
No.
so I was like, wait a minute. I wonder if that's the thing they saw. I think it was like in the kitchen or something. And I'll put it here if I can find it.
Okay.
And I showed it to you, and you
Yep.
were like,
I
that's
was like,
it. That
oh my
was
God.
it. Yeah.
And I didn't see it the first time it played through. Remember?
That's
I'm like,
right. I
okay,
had to go back, and you're like, I didn't
what
see
am
it.
I watching for?
Yeah.
No, this thing
And
was
I think I
not
stopped it.
sorry, it was not see-through, but it was not solid.
Yeah.
Its edges were almost smoky. Almost, but not quite.
Yeah,
Kind of hard to describe some of these things, but it was not human. Absolutely was not human. And it was full of malcontent.
I believe, and I know Lori does, and I think okay, all three of us, this was conjured.
I believe this was
conjured up. Yeah. Yeah. And we've had those experiences before. This was a little different, though, I have to say, than some of the other experiences we've had, because practitioners of black dark magic, whatever you want to call it, can sort of take something that's already in, like, whether it's an earthy or pieces or something, like they have to have something to start with. They need a foundation, and then they create something out of it. This I had not experienced before. Out of all the years and all the things, this was a new. The actual entity thing itself was new for me. Like the witchcraft, that's we've all of us have experienced that and what that entails. But it did this, and we talked about this, Lori, in the video. Just because you tear down a 3D space doesn't get rid of what was there.
No.
Oh, so Mari-Lyn, so
I have not seen your video.
Right.
I will watch it. I just haven't as of right now. But really? Someone thought that?
Yes. That Zach Bagans, he bought this house that was supposedly haunted by demons. They call it the demon house. He bought it. He got all spooked out, whatever, and decided to tear it down. And somehow, I don't know, and this is not just, I don't say that just about him, but about so many people within the paranormal field, if you call it, like ghost hunters. What makes them think you tear down a physical space and it's all going to be gone? Like, it just doesn't. They either are, I don't know what they have to know. You have to think a little bit farther and say, well, if this thing's in the dimensions, then it's
a
still gonna be
Band-Aid.
there.
They
You just
clearly
put a
have
Band-Aid.
no
You put a
conception
Band-Aid.
of what it means to be multidimensional.
Correct.
The dimensions, what it means to be in the 3D physical realm.
Yes.
They simply just can't have a concept of what it means. Because I'm sorry.
So,
I'm sure his mindset was just basically nobody else is going to move into this god awful place. Let's get rid of it.
I'd like to think that his heart was in the right place.
Yeah.
He was, but he just clearly didn't think it through.
I also believe that he literally had his pants scared right off of him when he did this.
And he even had he had a priest go. I'm not sure why that didn't work out well, having the priest come in. There are different.
If it's witchcraft, does a priest really have?
But he left behind the fingernail.
He left, yeah. That's so funny.
That was it.
We believe, now our belief is not the same as whoever's, Zach's and the priest and whoever. We believe that the practitioner that they called in, and I don't think we said who we think in the family is called in that practitioner. We're not going to. But we think this practitioner, he got little things from each person who lived in the house and buried it downstairs in the basement and buried it because that's how they use the energy. That's how practitioners create spells against people and whatever, and a protection. So they needed all those things because he was trying to protect the family, this practitioner. We think it's a male practitioner trying to protect the family. And then they dug up those things, and one of them was a fake nail, and then they never did, for some reason, find
And
that.
he buried it again.
Yes.
Right? He went down and he buried everything, and the priest was like pissed because he wanted to clear it. And so they go back downstairs and they're like, but we can't find the fingernail.
Yes. Yeah. Mari-Lyn, do you remember what we did at that point? So you saw this
pill
thing, this pill, this capsule. At that point, we did get rid of it. We did break the spell. We took care of that.
The spell was broken.
Yeah.
And was it one of your guardians took it?
Okay. Because I had left guardians because my poor pet was like,
kitty.
Right out.
Yeah. And I have specialized, as we know, guides that just work with black magic, and they came in, obviously helped destroy that, to sever that
Why
magic.
do I want to say that it was someone specific came in to remove it?
It's very possible. I honestly don't remember.
And that part I don't remember.
There's been so much time in between. I should have wrote it all down. I always say that. I should have wrote it down.
But that visual of that black mass under the bed.
Yeah.
That's why the cat wouldn't get off the bed.
No. So it did attack Lori and her poor kitty. Not Lori, not specific, like it didn't come at Lori but it was
affecting me.
Yes, affecting you, and certainly like it wanted to hurt the cat. So that's, game over. That's not going to happen. So we did take care of it. So yes, we do believe there was witchcraft. We do believe it started with the belief that this witchcraft is going to take care of the paranormal that was in the home. We have all seen situations where that happens, where a practitioner creates an entity as a protection of the home, and it turns on the people in the home. We have seen that so many times. That's
so many times.
So often what we see. That's what we believe happened. Tearing down the home did not take care of the issue. And it, when we were looking into the home, we're not sure exactly when it happened, right, Lori? It could have been that you looked for another, at some point it
got in
aware of Lori. It was aware of Lori.
Yeah, because I was researching it, right?
Yeah.
And I know when I was researching it, I had not grounded myself. It was really early. I got up early, had my coffee, and clicked on YouTube and like, I'll look into it. That's very possible, and it could have happened.
It's very, spells just don't die. I'm sure there are some, so no one yell at me, but I'm sure there are some that that sort of dissipate. But for the most part, once a spell is cast, you have to do something to get rid of it. It stays live, it stays vibrant until whenever, especially with something like this, it's going to wreak havoc until someone takes care of it like we did. It's very possible that it went through the neighborhood even. We don't really know what it was
Very
doing
possible.
all the time that house was down. You know, I'm sure kids played in that lot. I'm sure there were look-de-loos that went because they knew that at one time was the demon house and they were coming and exploring and keeping it going. Like it had a job to do, and it's you know, I'm sure it very possibly could have followed other people home. And when I say that, it's not like they walk behind you, you know, home. There's a way they know. Yeah. It's an energy stream and they just follow that stream. I would love to hear, I would bet there were things that happened in that neighborhood after he took it down and people just aren't putting it together.
I bet there were things in that neighborhood before he took it down.
Oh, absolutely. 100%. 100%.
But ramped up for sure.
Yes. But demon, no. I don't believe demon. Now there was a low vibrational being that first came in when we started the video.
Yeah.
Came in to attack me, and so we took care of that. But this is separate. This is not the same thing. They're two different things. And what's funny, Lori, I believe that when it was here and he was saying, I'm not the one that did all that. I'm not the one that did all that. And I was like, you know, they lie, they lie, they lie. Well, that could have actually been partially true.
Yeah.
He wasn't the one. It was this conjured up thing that really did the biggest damage. And it can be that strong. It can, I mean, and I don't know which one did what, you know, but like with the kids stuff.
Yeah.
He wasn't a complete liar. However, they lie by trying to take them by playing so innocent. It's like, dude, you're not innocent. Yeah. Mari-Lyn, is there anything else you remember or want to talk about from that clearing?
Nothing additional. I just that malice really enjoyed that the cat was stressed.
And that's the little kitty right behind Lori that's all like just chill on the back of her chair.
Yeah. It really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
And I'm really glad that you said something, Lori, so we could take care of it because poor kitty didn't stand a chance.
No. He could have made her very, very sick. He could have done some pretty bad stuff with her.
Absolutely.
And then on to you.
Oh yeah. It was making me sick right away. I was like affected immediately. I like an hour after we did the video, I was texting Pam.
Yeah. It was no good. It was no good. Not at all. No.
So all of you out there who think this is all just fun and games and it's just fun, you know, the paranormal is so much fun. There's so much more to it. We get affected in ways that we don't realize. We see it all the time. The three of us, we go to clear homes. Someone has been really sick, mentally, physically, emotionally, and it's because of what's going on in there. It's the paranormal. And they don't put it together. It's not talked about near enough.
No, not enough.
How it affects you and makes you ill. Thankfully, Lori is a part of TCS, right? So she has some thought process like, oh, I wonder if this could be something else, thankfully. And so then we take care of it. But so many people don't. They just don't put it together. It's very sad. All right. Well, hey, everyone, if you have activity in your home, please reach out to us, tcseveryday psychics.com. We always, it's free. We don't charge
It is.
for clearings ever.
No. We charge for other services.
We do.
But not the clearings.
Nope.
No.
And you don't have to have it on our channel.
No.
It's always nice. It's really nice to do that because it gives other people permission to reach out, but we'll help you anyway. So it may not be specifically Mari-Lyn and I. If we do it when you want it on the channel, otherwise our student practitioners do it. I don't know what else to call you guys. I mean, you're professionals now, but because I was your teacher, you know, it still feels student anyway. Student practitioners. So let us know, comment below, let us know your thoughts. And if you have anything that you want us to watch outside of ghost hunting, something like this, where it started out, we watched a Mr. Ballin, like those are the kind of things that we want to start doing videos on. Mari-Lyn and I are going to have a video coming out soon, the two of us. Again, we're getting back into that. We've been so busy doing opposite things. So anyway,
yeah.
Thank you everyone for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.